Here are all of the things that you need to know that are happening in the world of print on demand this week. I've got a couple updates from Etsy, a couple updates from Printify, and then a cute little update from Everbee, so stay tuned. So starting off strong with Etsy, they updated a few of their policies and clarified a few things this week on if we can sell AI designs or mock-ups on our print on demand stores. So starting off with the AI, they did actually officially claim that their stance now is that you can sell AI generated images on print-on-demand products on Etsy. The two caveats are you do have to use original prompts, so you can't use a pre-made prompt that you purchased to make that design, since the part that makes it made by you or a unique item is that you came up with a unique prompt to create that AI-generated image. And then the second piece of it is you do have to state in the description of that item that it was generated by AI. So just write a quick little sentence that you put in the middle of your description or at the bottom of your description to let them know if your design was AI or not, and you'll be good to go. The one thing they did say they will not allow any longer is the selling of AI prompts. So if you sell digital downloads of AI prompts, then that's no longer going to be allowed on the platform, and I would definitely recommend taking those down. On to Etsy mockups. This has been an off again, on again controversy for the last few years on if mockups, the digital images of a blank shirt that you're selling, for example, are you allowed to use those in your product images for your print-on-demand items? There's been a lot of back and forth on it, but Etsy did officially release a statement saying that you are allowed to use mockups if you have production assistance, like using something like Printify, like I use to print and ship all of my print-on-demand items. I do have a link to Printify down in the description if you've never checked them out before. They are an awesome print-on-demand company, and now that we are for sure able to use mockups, which I wasn't really that worried. I knew it would come out that we were able to use them at some point, but that makes it even all the easier to sell these products on Printify that you don't actually have to print and ship yourself. They will actually print and ship them all for you. You just have to make the beautiful designs and handle the customer service. But taking a look at the actual article that they updated about this, which is the listing image requirements article, which I will link the couple articles I'm talking about down in the description if you want to take a look at them as well. So it does say down here at the bottom, photos of items made with production partners. It says that a production partner prints onto a base item like a t-shirt or a mug. You may use a stock photo mock-up to illustrate the end product buyers will receive. So we're good to go there, but as usual, they gave us something to kind of ponder on if there is more to the story and that we need to know. Because the next line says buyer personalized items must follow the guidelines in the personalized or customized section above. So this is what has people talking on the internet, but what it says in here that's really confusing people is that it says for personalized or customized items, custom drawings, monogrammed accessories, or t-shirts featuring a buyer's custom text, your first image must feature a finalized, customized item similar to what buyers will receive. This helps buyers visualize what the custom-made item will look like when completed. It's prohibited to use a photo of the blank product or a mock-up with placeholder text, your text here as an image. So some people are reading this and thinking that you are not able to use mock-up for personalized items, but I don't think that's what they're trying to say at all. I think what they're hoping to avoid is having a bunch of images that say your text here as the main image. If you were, say, making a first grade teacher with a custom teacher name, I think they're wanting you to say first grade, Mrs. Johnson, and actually have an example of what it's really going to look like for the customer. I think as long as your image accurately represents what the customer is going to get, that is exactly what they're looking for. There's no reason why they let us use mock-ups for all of our digital designs except for personalized versions. So again, it does say like custom drawings, monogrammed accessories, or teachers featuring a buyer's custom text. So I think this is really for options where it's completely custom and not when they're just like personalizing the date or personalizing a name or something simple. So I really don't think that's anything to worry about. I think we are completely good to go with using mockups for print on demand, personalized or not. Again, that is just my take on the personalized piece, but I don't see why they'd have any kind of issue as long as your mockup accurately represents what that personalized product is going to look like. Since recording this video, I did actually speak with Bridget at 𝗗𝗜𝗦𝗗𝗘, and she shared a screenshot with me of a conversation she had with Etsy support, confirming that you can, in fact, use mockups for your personalized items. So feel free to read this screenshot if you like, or message Etsy customer service to get your very own confirmation. The next Etsy update is about the permanent shop suspensions. If you're not familiar, sometimes Etsy will inaccurately suspend brand new shops after they open. And when you appeal that suspension, they'll reply and say you're permanently suspended and to never contact them again. Now, the advice that I give people is to just keep filing appeals, because a lot of times they will just give that account back. But as of this week, I've had an influx of emails that people have gotten their accounts back really easily. So I do think that Etsy has made improvements in this case. I even had one subscriber, Kevin, email me that he hadn't even filed an appeal yet, and he got an email back from Etsy saying that another person high up took over the case and did a more thorough investigation and concluded that he was in the right and gave the account back. So he didn't even have to file an appeal. So hopefully this is really good news to come, that they're going to be monitoring the suspensions a lot closer and getting people's shops back to them much faster. And hopefully if your shop has ever been suspended, now you can go get your shop back as well. Now on to a few updates about Printify. Now Printify is recently really pushing their Printify Choice option. So that's when you go into create a design for, say, a comfort color shirt, and instead of showing you all of the print providers available, it shows you Printify Choice, which just means that Printify actually picks and chooses which production partner to use based on how close they are to where the item's shipping or what's fastest getting shipped right now. Now, I personally haven't been on board to try out Printify Choice just yet, because I like certain print providers that I want to use every single time to keep the quality really consistent, and there's other ones that I've had bad experiences with that I don't really want shipping to my customers. And so they are right now looking for feedback for people on what people are looking for to want to use Printify Choice. So I am going to link down in the description if you haven't filled out the survey that a lot of us got in our emails last week. So definitely go fill out that survey down below so we can make sure that we get what we want as the sellers from Printify Choice. Now, in the meantime, some people are getting into beta tests where they're only able to select Printify Choice, and that's their only option. They're not able to see the other print providers at all right now. And if you have that happen in your Printify account, you can do two things. First, you can message Printify and see if they can take you out of the beta test for only being able to use Printify Choice. And two, in the meantime, you can go to your products page and you can just duplicate a product from, say, 𝗗𝗜𝗦𝗗𝗘 or whoever you're wanting to use. And that way you can still create new products using the print provider that you want to use as a little fix in the meantime. I even had one student who had a listing set up to be fulfilled through 𝗗𝗜𝗦𝗗𝗘, and then when they looked at the actual order, it had an order routing type thing set up where it was upgraded for free to Printify Choice, even though she had order routing turned off. And so she did need to go in and actually turn off the setting to allow for the free Printify Choice upgrades, even though she hadn't selected that. And so I would double check your settings on Printify and see if you even have that setting to turn off. Again, I think that is another thing that they are beta testing. So these are all going to be things that we can share with Printify that we like or don't like, and hopefully they'll take our advice on what we think is right for Printify. And then onto a fun Printify update is that last year at the Printify Amplified event, they did announce that they're going to be working on having an AI quality control set up for all of their print providers. And I just last week had my very first item get their AI quality control, and I'll show you what that actually looked like. So when you're looking in your order for your item, you'll see this little badge underneath where you'd leave a review. This is AI quality approved, and when you click it, this this is what happens. So it actually is showing you what the AI did. Apparently this is in beta, not for all print providers, but hopefully this will be rolling out to all the different print providers soon. It double checks that it's the right size, that it's the right color, the right print position, and all of those things. So you can see it kind of doing its job here, and at the end of it, it'll say that this one was completely approved. And this is a real picture of the item that I got in the mail. So quick little preview, I did order a couple samples that look like this from each of the print providers, so I will be releasing that video soon. So like this video and subscribe if you want to see more. The last Printify update is about the new Adidas products that are now available on Printify. Now, one just quick note, if you want to sell things like Adidas or Comfort Colors and you actually put these brand names in the title of your product to help advertise that they are these more sought after brands, you do need to be putting this little trademark R in your titles after you use that word. And so you can copy and paste that little R right here from Printify and add it into your title. Or if you have a Mac, you can just click the Option button plus the letter R and it'll actually type that for you. And I believe if you have a Windows, you can push Control Alt plus R and that will give you the little R. If that doesn't work for you, just go do a quick Google search on how to get the registered trademark R to put after it. So you should be putting this after anytime you use the word Comfort Colors in your title or tags. Actually, I don't think you can use it in your tags. I don't think it works, but in your title, you should be putting this little R after Adidas or after Comfort Colors anytime you're using those brands. So just a heads up there. And if you are concerned about trademarks in your store, since I know that these can be something that worry a lot of people, I did want to also just throw in this update video, this website called TradeSnark. So it's turned onto this really recently. So you just go to tradesnark.com, and if you sign up for their newsletter, they'll email you every week with new trademarks. So it's located by class. So if you're, say, selling jewelry, you can come down here and see what's trademarked this week with jewelry. You can come down here and see what's trademarked with housewares and glass if you're selling, say, those iced coffee cups, or you can come down and see what's trademarked for clothing, for example. So you can see through all of these items what was actually trademarked this week to help keep you up to date on if any terms you have in your store are trademarked. So I do think this is a really interesting email list to get on if you're selling print-on-demand items. Then as my last update for this video, Everbee did make an update this week that you have the analytics stats just available right here on the Etsy listing instead of having to click Analyze Listing to see the stats over here. Now you do get a little bit more information when you open up this tab, like you get to see how old the listing is, or you can click the shop details and see how old the store is, for example, but you do get just a quick view of some good information here, like how many total sales they've had and their conversion rate, to just get some quick data. And so if you are an Everbee user, I think this is a really nice update to just make it really simple and easy to find this information without having to click anywhere. And if you haven't used Everbee just yet, I do have a link down in the description that if you use it, you actually get 50% off your first 2 months of using Everbee. So definitely give that a try if you haven't, because it can be a great way to get more information on what listings are making money with Etsy and just make it faster and easier to see what items are profitable on the platform. So I hope that you enjoyed all of these updates and it helped clarify a few things and give you a heads up of a few things that are coming down the pipeline. But as always, thank you so much for watching all the way until the end, and I'll see you in the next one.